Okay, so today we're going to be doing a bit more explaining because this setup needs a bit more explanation. This is essentially a xaku AoE using the zymos, which is an infested pistol, which looks very ugly, so I have a skin on it. And the way the zymos works is whenever you land the headshot on an enemy, little spores are going to come out. You're going to be able to see the spores, see those little spores, and then they track the enemies, see? And the more times you do a headshot, there's always a cap of 6, but the more times you do headshots, the more of them come out. So the reason why we use xaku with this is that xaku has a way of stopping enemies from moving by using gaze like this. And now you can just keep shooting and let out as many spores as you want. Look at all those spores in the air. So that's the basic setup. So now, how do we do damage? Well, the zymos is actually kind of interesting because the spores have multiplicative crit. So even though on the card here it says 5% and 4.8 times, every time you add a crit chance to this, it's multiplicative, which, you know, kind of crazy. Because of that, we're doing secondary outburst and we have galvanized crossers because the spores actually target headshots. So this can keep proccing over and over again without you even needing to do anything. And I actually have fire rate here. I have a lot of fire rate. I see a lot of people using hemorrhage, for example, because you get slash perks, and that's good, but it's gonna kill your KPM because you want to put out as many spores as you can, and you're already doing enough damage by stripping and using viral and gas. So on the xaku build here, I actually have nourish instead of his 2, and there's a reason for that, because the 2 is never really hitting anything. Even though the 2 is very good with the full stripping, I need the nourish to give me energy and to give viral to the spores. And Zada's Whisper is very interesting on this thing, because if I use Zada's Whisper like normal on one of these guys, whenever I shoot, when the spores come out, they instantly explode on their heads. So if you're doing single target damage, this is very good, because when you get a Zada's bubble, all the spores blow up instantly. They don't fly out, they just explode. But if you have an enemy gazed, like this, you don't get a Zada bubble, so you can just keep spamming over and over again, like that. Now how do I get full strip? Well, I have 2 strength shards, 10%, 15%. These are casting speed, because very important. And then to get the last 40%, I use Madurai sling strength, which gives me 40%. So then I have full armor strip, like so. Boop. Full armor strip. So now, how do we make this better? Well, we use the Aphantis because the Aphantis gives us a fire rate and reload speed buff. I am also using Avenger because Avenger instead of 45 is actually giving 90% flat crit chance. And then Arcane Pistolier gives me ammo efficiency on headshot kills. Because the spores go for headshots, I can just keep shooting over and over again non-stop. And we use Ceramic Dagger with melee crescendo so we can get complete 240% secondary outburst. By the way, heavy attacks on daggers open enemies to finishers, so you can just get free melee crescendo like this. I saw so many people using dizzying rounds with the Bronco. Brother, you can just heavy attack and press melee. So, now that we have all the pieces, how does this work? Well, first you want to find an open area, something like this, because when you're shooting at the head, the spores actually go up a little bit. They go a little bit up, so if it has a ceiling, it's not going to do very well. I'm going to get my stacks going real quick, and then I'm going to show this full thing. So now I have full stacks. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down, and then do that. And then pretty red numbers. Obviously I only shot a few times, but the more you keep shooting, the more your KPM is gonna go. That's essentially the way you're supposed to build. Now let's see what this actually looks like in MOT. By the way, when I was playing in MOT, I was using the Nautilus. I thought that maybe Cordon would let me bunch up enemies more, but it really didn't, and it was actually kind of annoying, and I would advise actually just using Worm, just to have the extra fire rate. You can also use Darzacavat, but they're very annoying, and they keep dying, so, you know, just use whatever you want. Alright, let's go to MOT now. I forgot to start recording, so I'm recording now. Whoopsie. Anyways, look at all the pretty red numbers. Holy, okay, I'm gonna have to lower the volume for this. Holy, my ears are actually going insane. The only thing that's kinda annoying about this is that you're not really in control of where the little thingies go, but it's fine. But yeah, this is it. Yep. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to edit this down to like 5 minutes. Exciting, huh? I can tell when I hit a headshot because on the top right, I'll see the ammo efficiency. Yeah, most of the time these guys aren't even dying by the headshots, they're dying by the actual, like, explosion. Which is fine. Oh, hello there. Come over here. Thank you. I didn't even notice that guy spawned. Oh, hello guys. Cool. Uh-huh. It is nice that my 4 and my 2 are the same time. I guess I'm down here now. Sure. Alright, back to red numbers. Also, if you see this Nidus Spectre right here, he's here for 2 reasons. First, he spawns the larva, which acts as like soft CC. Second, he spawns a little mat, which is this, which gives me health back, even though I don't really need it, but it does help for combat discipline aura. And third is, when he gives me Link, I get more strength. If I wanted to, I could get more Zadas and then more Nourish, even though I honestly don't need any of them. I think I'm covered in the damage department. You see how they're not aiming right here? Because there's little maggots on the floor and they're looking at the little maggots. But yeah, I would definitely use Worm instead of Nautilus. Nautilus is cool, but always having this fire rate is way better than having like Cordon every 10 seconds or something. Yeah, unfortunately I can't make the spores go to Mania, even though I want them to. So it's just a matter of luck if they go to Mania or not. It's really annoying. Yeah, this is easily 8k, like very easily 8k. I haven't gotten to the point where the gas procs are actually doing that much damage, but if you were to go higher, then the gas procs would actually be doing a lot more damage. I just don't think using like Hemorrhage and making your fire rate so bad that it's like unbearable is better than this, to be honest. Like they already don't have armor, they already have a gas proc, they already have viral. You just want to keep pumping out as many spores as you can. Can't wait for someone to complain that this is doing too much damage because they're stripped. Like listen, I could go Saren and use Blood Altar or Well of Life and do the exact same thing without stripping, but what's the point? Yeah, the whole thing this setup needs is a good room. If you have a good room, you're set. One more Acolyte and then I'm done. Oh, it's Misery. Of course it's Misery. It had to be. And that was 8.9k. Okay, that's about what I said. Alright, that's it. See ya.